Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today we're going to go over my account, what's been happening for these past like 3 months, and just an overview of just where I am today. So let's talk about it. So first thing, my account, before my last account overview I was at 11.13 million GP. I'm now at 11.86. I didn't stop playing at all. I continued to play these last 3 months. If you're in my Discord, you may have seen me jump in there randomly and shoot some memes or just randomly say some stuff. So I did try to stay somewhat involved in the community, even though I did have to take a little break from content creation because of my health. So as far as what I did character wise, there was a lot of changes that it may not seem that long, but did take 3 months of full playing of what I did. So the last thing I did or updated you guys on was I finished my Bo-Katan, and then I was working on Ezra Bridger Exile. So I got him and Raid Darkseid up all the way. I did say I would say my general opinions of Darkseid Ray, even though it's kind of late. I do like her. I think she elevates the team. I think it's well worth the 3 Zetas, 3 Omicrons. I think she's a great character, great addition to the First Order. Hasn't really changed much for me. I still use SLKR pretty much as a Swiss Army knife to beat whatever I need to beat. The only thing I think he has trouble with right now is still that new Lord Vader team. I don't think he can take that on reliably. I did face it in this recent matches, and I ended up using Lord Vader and Bane to beat that new Apo CX2 Lord Vader trio, which is a pretty hard team. There was nothing else that's really reliable except for Lord Vader and Bane, which is pretty expensive. Maybe not Lord Vader if you don't have Apo and CX2. Pretty not big of a deal if you have to give that up. But Bane is a huge cost. I did actually farm this Marauder team. You may think because I have Omega, I bought the pack, and you'd be right. I did buy the pack, but I didn't actually benefit that much. I bought it just for Omega, believe it or not. I farmed these other 4 because I wanted the Marauder and I wanted Lord Vader. So my thought process was I was farming shards for GL Ahsoka, and I kind of looked at it and I was like, I have so much resources and where I'm at in the game, I think I can get Lord Vader by the time I'm ready for GL Ahsoka. And I was pretty much right. It probably delayed my GL Ahsoka farm by maybe 3 weeks to a month, which it wasn't that big of a deal for me to have a fully fleshed out Lord Vader. So it was worth it. I did do Lord Vader and then go into GL Ahsoka. So as you can see here, I finally have Gas 501st. I did not invest any Zetas into the team. I've had this 5 Zeta for forever, and that's for the Rex 5s and 3s. But my Gas 501st, even though everyone is either R8 or R7, still not usable. I recently put the Zeta on Hunter and Echo here, and I did that for Conquest pretty much so I can get the new Conquest character. And because you do need Bad Batch, and even with Data Dis, without these Zetas, they just don't do any damage or anything. They just kind of like keep doing nothing, dispelling and throwing turn meter to each other and stuff. I don't know what they do. They just do a bunch of stuff and nothing really happens. So I was like, okay, I need to invest at least 2 Zetas on this team so I can use them in Conquest to get the new character and have at least a workable clones team, because I don't really have a usable clone trooper team since my 5s and Rex and all that, these don't have any Zetas either. So that's just why I did that. I did finish my GL Ahsoka farm after Lord Vader. I'm missing a few Zetas. I was told that auxiliary grapplers doesn't really work, and the unauthorized mission one, I do want it, but I'll get it shortly. But I am trying to put Zetas to make this next conquest a little easier. So I want Apo's Zeta for this Order 66, especially this 8 more stacks one. I think that one's going to be pretty important, and then I put a Zeta on CX2. So we'll see if I can use them for conquest to get that order 66 feet done. I'm pretty confident that I'll probably run through it and I'll get it done pretty well. But we'll see overall if that ends up panning out. But I'm getting there. I did get Jocasta new, and then I got her up and running. Except by the time I brought her up, took her to Relic 3, and I was like, oh, let's see generally what the team is looking like. And it was like, the team sucks right now. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to hold off on the Zetas and the Omicrons. I do have an absolute ton of Omicron materials. I have 176 saved up, so I can definitely throw on whatever I need on her, but I don't have the Zetas, and I didn't want to waste those Zetas on someone who's not really doing anything for me right now. And when I get the raid up and running and I need to make her team usable, then I'll start investing in that, which is where I'm at right now. Is I'm pretty much getting ready for the raid. So I'm all in on this Bad Batch. As you can see, a lot of them are gear 11. I have Hunter at Relic 7 because it was really easy to get him up. And then I have Oppo CX2 at gear 11. And I'm just going to farm the shards as fast as I can and fully invest in the Bad Batch and then this new Empire team and pretty much the new Jedi Vanguard once they become farmable. And those will be the next 3 teams I farm probably for the next like 2, 3, 4 months or however long it takes for them to come out. Other than that, I do have this Balin skull, and as you can see, it's like gear 11, relic 1, relic 1. It would not take that much to take these up, but I'm holding off on Balin because these are 2 16 node farms for Cantina, and that'll slow me down a lot actually for getting ready for Bad Batch. And I got a little of the Great Mother shards and I was farming her up, and I was thinking about it, and my guild has committed to getting a higher tier box as well. So they are going for because before we got, I think it's like the 265 box, and we get that pretty easily, but we've committed to the 416 million box, and that's going to take a little bit of effort from me. I think it's like 8 million plus raid score that I've agreed to do. So I didn't want to wait and kind of push this Bad Batch, because then I wouldn't have had Hunter up at all, and he's the easiest character. I still have to farm the shards for Wrecker and Crosshair, which will probably, Crosshair is probably going to take the longest unless he's Cantina. And then Batcher and Omega is almost fully farmed too. And I thought about it and I was like, okay, well, if I get these guys up, that's 3 Zetas here, a couple Zetas here, a couple Zetas on Balin. When will I have the Zetas to put on Bad Batch, to put on the Vanguard, to put on this new Empire team, and then whatever I need for Conquest? I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for that right now. But once I finish the Vanguard team, the Bad Batch, and my Vader team, the new Empire clones, Darkside clones, then I'll go and just unlock Balin and get him up and running, and that'll be a quick turnaround once I'm done with that. And I wanted Balin. I thought he would be great. I really do want the character, because, and same thing as Luthen, I was hoping honestly to finish this Luthen squad, or finish Balin, finish Luthen and Saw, because it wouldn't take that much to get these guys up and running, and that would be 3 really great teams with the Luthen team, the Balin Skull team, the Great Mothers. I would probably throw the lead on Mon Mothma and have Luthen for 5s for Mon Mothma as well, because Bad Batch is just uninteresting. But when they announced that the new Bad Batch is going to be in the new raid, and because before they're like, these guys aren't going to be needed for anything, and now they are needed for something, so it kind of threw a wrench in my plan of I'm gonna have to put all this material into this team, when really it would have probably been about equal to get this 3 squads up and running instead of this 1. But unfortunately they changed it, and now I had to go all in on Bad Batch to get ready for the raid, and that's going to push my plans for Balin and Luthen back some. So we'll see how long. It's not the biggest thing in the world, it's not the end of the world. There's not, honestly, where my account is right now, I'm running out of stuff to do. There's not that many things I'm missing. I don't have Gungans, I don't have Balin's Skull, and then I have some of the Conquest characters like Dark Trooper Moff Gideon that need to be worked on. Trench, Dr. Afra. So I'm really not that far from pretty much hitting endgame. Since I have all the GLs, I have all the ships. I but I do need to prepare for the raid, and that is my priority right now. So I dropped everything I'm doing, and I'm just going all in on that raid. Once I have my 8 million plus participation, then I'll go back to Balin, finish my Great Mothers, get them up and running, and then I'll probably go into Luthen or whatever else we have. Maybe I'll work on Pirates by then or something, who knows. But essentially, my farms, I'm just farming what's new and working on that as I slowly work up the old stuff as well. Chirotech hasn't really been an issue for me. If you can see, I have mostly all the new stuff up and running too at like gear 11, and I'm just waiting on the shards, and I would be able to take these up to pretty much relics right away if it wasn't just for being held back by shards. So by next month, I'm not going to do an account update for once this 3v3 ends. It'll probably be next month's 5v5. When that ends is when I'll do the next account update. But I expect to have Omega Batcher done, maybe some of Wrecker or close on Wrecker and close on Crosshair, and then maybe some Zetas sprinkled in somewhere of being ready. But the Zetas on this Bad Batch doesn't really excite me. I know Wreckers are important. I'll probably give Omega's lead so I can get her Omicron. I'll probably get Crosshair's Omicron just because I have so many extra Omicrons, and then Batcher Zeta as well. Maybe Wrecker, I don't know. We'll see. Like, it looks like all the Zetas combined make the team a lot better, but individually there's not really one that's like, wow, this is a must-need Zeta. It's just like small little additions to the team that once you put them all together, then it kind of makes the team what they are, is what it seems like, instead of, you know, where it's just like you need this Zeta to really activate the team. It doesn't really work that way, I think, with these guys. So we'll see. I have no experience with them. I haven't seen them. I don't even think I've faced them in Grand Arena. It seems like the majority of the community decided to skip them, and that's probably why CG decided to include them on the raid, to kind of force our hand into farming these guys, which, you know, well played. Good for you. Golf clap. Good job. Other than that, that's pretty much what I did. I worked on mods a lot. So I do have, I think, like 45 300 plus speed characters in my account. I have a ton of mod material left. So if I wanted to slice all this stuff, I have tons of material because of the double and triple drops, pretty much ready to go for me to start working on this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty happy where my mods are, or where my account is. I am working on pretty much like mods for new things. Like, I got my Spectres mostly up and running. My main goal right now for mods is pretty much to get these characters at like 300 plus speed. So I would like to, and they all are 300 plus speed. I think Huang's the slowest at 301. So as I'm working on these things, that's what my goal is going to be. Same thing like a Hunter Mercenary, I was able to get them to 300 plus pretty easily. Of course, I'm going to work on these mods as I go through and kind of get these up and running. But where I am right now, all my characters that I want to are pretty much modded how I want them to be, and I'm just putting good mods, like excellent mods on mid-tier characters until I farm new characters that need better mods. So I'm just kind of like sprinkle mod economics, you know, dripping them down, I guess. I don't know. Just trying to get all the mods down to everyone I want in this account. So pretty happy with my mod situation. Datacrons, I wasn't able to go that hard in the Echoes of Rebellion, mainly because I just wasn't going hard on it, and so it took me a while to red box. I think it was like 4 or 5 days left by the time I red boxed, and I was able to farm like this many. These Datacrons are good. They're really good, but they're crazy expensive, and I still haven't started farming data cash um, with my shard shop currency. And at this point, maybe I should. I'm starting to get a lot more, and the reason I didn't was I had to farm 2 GLs right away, and I wanted to use it to buy the light side and dark side currency to accelerate their ultimates and unlocking them, which I finished. I don't have any more GLs left. So at this point, I'll probably, when I want to get a little more serious with Datacron, start pumping some more data cash so I can start just building more Datacrons. But these things are not very new to play friendly. I think I was told they're for enough data cache for pretty much like 4 of these normal Datacrons, which I'm not too happy for. And usually I build the level 9s that I need, and then I'll build a smattering of like the good level 3s and 6s, and that works out pretty well for me to get what I need. So these focused ones are just, I don't know, I'm not going to engage in them too much. I could benefit from all of them. I just won't do it just right now because of the insane cost that is associated with them. So I just don't want to do it anymore for those. So we'll see in the future how it goes, but I'm just going to wait and see how my account is. As far as Grand Arena has been going, it's honestly been going pretty well. I lost this last one because I fumbled fleets, but as I'm solidly in Kyber 2 now. My standing in Kyber 2 is not an issue anymore. I'm honestly pushing up close to Kyber 1. It's more where I'm at. I range around the high levels of Kyber 2. So depending on how it goes, I'm hoping to get Kyber 1 soon. I think having all the GLs and GL ships, especially fleets, really has helped. And no matter what anyone has thrown down, I'm able to clear them in full clear for the most part, unless I really just, player error. But there are some things here where players who go more heavy on Datacrons or have all the things like Luthen, Jar Jar, Balin's Skull, DTMG, Trench, Great Mothers, Balin's Skull, that's still in Luthen. Those 3 are pretty huge for not having. Those who have the new Empire squad, that's a pretty huge advantage as well. And Gungans as well is pretty nice. They can beat a lot of things on offense. So those are some big holes in my account that kind of make me not as efficient as some of those players I've been playing, and can sometimes nickel and dime my efficiency, so I lose by just a little. But for the most part, I'm pretty solidly in the upper rings of Kyber 2, hoping to push into Kyber 1 maybe sometime soon. Yeah, so that's pretty much where my account is. As far as what I plan to do for streaming, so I can't commit to stream as much as I did. It was a lot. It was taking a ton of my free time, and spending all this extra time with my family has shown that in the past, I think I was putting too much importance on trying to make like daily content and grow my channel. And while it's still important to me, and I love you guys and I want to hang out with you guys as much, I just can't commit all that time that I was before. So I'll still stream, I'll still make content, I'll still be here. I definitely can't commit to streaming my Grand Arenas. That's 3 times a week. That happens on a schedule that I don't control, which is too much, especially on the weekdays. And then my weekends, I just can't do it. So we'll see. Maybe occasionally I'll stream some Grand Arenas, but I will try to keep my account overviews. I'll try to make some more content on content that I like to make and guides that I like to make, because I do feel like my roster reviews and my guides and those things are things that I really gravitated towards and I really enjoy doing. And even before I took this break, I was pulling back from Grand Arena streams just because I think it's content that you can get elsewhere. There's plenty of other players that have better accounts than me that can show you what you can do. And I feel like my account it's in a weird place. I'm not at the level where I'm a mega whale and I'm at the top levels, but my account is no longer mid to late game. It's closer to end, and it's not going to help as many players with seeing what I can, how I deal with issues, because I just have more tools than other players. So if I have the time and the will to do it, then I will. I'm not saying I'm never going to stream Grand Arena. I'm just not going to make it a priority. What I do want to do is continue to do roster reviews, because that's where my passion is account building, and make those guides. So happy to be back, happy to be able to make content and hang out with you guys. I'm actually going to release this today, and I'm going to do a live stream here as soon as I edit this video. So maybe I'll see you guys there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, and take care.